So you're ready to go through a transformation. But it's not just about how we look on the outside. It's about how we feel on the inside and how others receive us. So today we're talking about the glow up, but we're not talking about it from the same way that beauty gurus and influencers come at it. We're talking about it from the holistic approach, and why, as you go through your spiritual journey, you might see some of these physical transformations. And if you haven't yet, some things that you can put into place in order to get to your highest and greatest self. So for anybody who's never been here before, hi, I'm Elizabeth Blackwell from Blissful Home and Body. And I've spent well over the last decade of my life studying everything that I could so that I could help set sacred space, help others get to their highest and greatest self, and teach about sacred connection. So if that sounds good to you, I would love it if you would subscribe here. Otherwise, let's get started. For the first thing that I want to say about this is not about getting you to look like somebody else. This is about getting that exterior to reflect that interior beauty in your true and authentic self. And I am absolutely somebody who has gone through my own version of this journey. As much as I don't want to, I will put up some pictures of what I looked like even just a few years ago. And I am not saying that I represent beauty standards, by no means. But I feel so much more comfortable in my skin nowadays because my exterior reflects my true and authentic self. And I did it through putting a lot of these things that I'm going to suggest here to you today into practice. So for my first suggestion for you is know your true and authentic self. Know what look, feeling, vibe that resonates most deeply with you. And in order to do this, you really need to let go of what outside opinions or the expectations of the rest of the world has for you. Know what it is that you generally resonate with. Are you more into that like dark and mysterious, or into the kind of boho fairy princess? Or do you prefer the very sleek, tailored kind of look and vibe? Or are you a hippie chick? Truthfully, I can be each one on different days. But when you know what resonates with you and what feels right to you, as opposed to what it feels like the rest of the world thinks you should be. So just because you're a mom of toddlers doesn't mean you can't rock that dark and grungy look if that's what feels right to you. But when you start to choose those external things that goes along with what your internal self feels is right, not only will you feel better in it, but the rest of the world will see you kind of in this more put together way, because your external and your internal will come together and they will just work better as a whole, and it'll just feel right. Others will feel that authenticity off of you. These next kind of series of things, I'm just kind of calling them holistic habits. These are things that will help to increase that internal vibration, which will absolutely be reflected in our external appearance. So for the first one, it is eating a high vibe diet. Now, I do not prescribe to any true diets. I do not believe that there is any one size fits all for true health and wellness. But the way that I do like to look at it is to go towards a diet of inclusion. So eating as many, or including in your daily nutrition, as many fruits, vegetables, clean proteins, the things that will naturally serve our body and kind of give us that higher vibration. And what I have found for both myself as well as others, that when you include as many of these, again, I'm just kind of putting it all together, high vibe foods, that then you tend to steer away from the things that we all know we're not supposed to have. Highly processed, simple sugars, those sorts of things. But the one thing that I will say about this is that when you do indulge in things that maybe aren't the best for you, don't get down on yourself. Look at it as something that you are treating yourself with and enjoy it. But when you include a lot of the very good for you things, you'll just tend to reach for the less good for you things less often. The next one I'm titling as meditation, but whether you call it meditation, prayer, visualization, going within, this does a couple of things for our external appearance. One, it gives us that point in time to go within and visualize maybe the physical changes or the way that you want to be reflected externally. And it just helps to kind of set up those goals of the differences that you'd like to see in yourself. But then it also does things like this helps us to reduce stress and anxiety, those negative feelings within us, which can do wonders for your look overall. Goodness knows that when we go to a highly stressed out place, it starts to show externally. So setting aside some amount of time to, again, doesn't matter what you call it. I call it meditation. I believe deeply in meditation. In fact, I just did a full video about how meditation not only changed, but saved my life. But it will help us to set forth that visualization so that you know what your external wants to be reflected and look like. The next healthy, holistic habit that will absolutely support a glow up is healthy sleep habits. And I very much believe in sleep hygiene, which is things like shutting down technology an hour or more before we go to sleep, not eating things, or at least not eating crappy for us things an hour or two before we go to bed. But I also very deeply believe in setting up a healthy sleep space. I'm all about setting spaces to support us along our goals and what we need. So this is remove anything from your sleep environment that would take you out of that peaceful or restful state. Have comfortable bedding, sheets. They don't have to be expensive, but just have something that is soothing and comfortable to you. Make sure that the environment, whether it's cooler or warmer, whatever you need, but that it is supportive of you and that more deep, restful, restorative sleep. Trust me, it will reflect on you if you're getting that good, deep sleep so significantly. My last holistic habit that will set you up for these external transformations is what I like to call mindful movement. So we all know that we should be moving our bodies and exercising on a regular basis. One of the problems is a lot of times we try to cram ourselves into what we believe we need to do. So people are heading to the gym and lifting weights, and I love to throw some weight around. But if that's not what you resonate with, then that's not what you should be doing. Or anything else that you feel like you're supposed to be doing. Figure out ways that you can move your body and almost go within at this, not almost, actually go within at the same time. So whether that's walking in nature or dance, it's one of my favorites, but it really puts us in our bodies, especially if you resonate as a divine feminine, moving your body in ways that helps you to feel feminine, but yet you're still burning calories and working your muscles and things along those lines. Things like yoga are amazing. I very much believe in a daily stretching routine, that stretching out those muscles and getting that movement will help with mobility and so many other things. But you're kind of doing a 2-in-1 here. You're moving your body, you're supporting exercise, you're burning calories, all of that sort of stuff, but you're doing it in a way that you enjoy, but you're also allowing yourself to go within and connect with the shape that you want your body in, or the physical exterior that you're looking to carry. So when you do mindful movement, it will serve you in many ways, not only internally, but externally as well. So here's kind of my last few overall tips for what I'm going to call a spiritual glow up, which is have a positive mindset. When you set that intention that you are going to be in a positive space, your aura will glow brighter. People will connect with you more, and you overall will just have a more radiant exterior. Think about interacting with others when they're in that Debbie Downer state versus that they are, in that just higher vibration, that they've set a positive mindset. I'm not saying it's always been a perfect day, but it's to, always look for the best, be the optimist when possible, but just have that positive mindset, and it will absolutely start to reflect within your exterior appearance. And then my last one is set up a routine of sacred self-care. And I'm not going to go too deep into this because I actually did a full other video going deep diving into ways that we could have that sacred self-care. I'll link it up here. But this is just as we go through those daily routines, that we do it in a mindful way and that we connect with ourselves, setting those intentions for what we're trying to bring about, the goals that we have, all of that sort of stuff. But when we take care of ourselves, and especially in a more mindful way, it will nurture not only our exterior appearance, but our internal soul as well, making us glow brighter and absolutely be in a more beautiful place. I really hope that this video served you well. If it did, consider hitting that like button, as it really does help out small channels like this. And think about joining us here, as I am putting out at least one video each week to help others come to their highest and greatest self. So in the meantime, I am sending you so much light and love, my friends, and I hope you all stay well.